Commander Vex adjusted his crimson uniform as he studied the tactical display aboard the flagship Dominator. The Kalari Empire had conquered 17 star systems in the past cycle, each victory swift and decisive. Today would mark their 18th conquest, the human homeworld of Earth. "Sir, we've reached the outer perimeter of their system," reported Navigator Cole, his forearms dancing across the control interface. "No defensive fleets detected. Their planet appears undefended." Vex's mandibles clicked in amusement. The intelligence reports had described humans as a primitive species that had only recently achieved faster-than-light travel. Their technology seemed decades behind the Kalari standard, their ships crude and inefficient. It would be a simple matter to claim their resource-rich world. "Begin the approach. Standard conquest formation," Vex ordered. The massive Kalari fleet, consisting of 300 warships, moved toward the blue-green planet that hung peacefully. In the void dot as they crossed into the inner system, something peculiar happened. The ship's sensors began detecting anomalies, small objects scattered throughout the asteroid belt, too regular to be natural formations. "Commander," called out sensor operator Nix, his voice carrying an edge of uncertainty. "I'm picking up thousands of metallic signatures throughout the system. They appear to be ... meant." Before Vex could respond, every screen on the bridge flickered. A human face appeared middle-aged, wearing a simple blue uniform with graying hair at the temples. The human smiled, but there was steel in his eyes. "Welcome to Sol System," the human said calmly. "I'm Admiral Kane of Earth Defense Command. You've entered human space without authorization. I'm required to inform you that you have exactly 60 seconds to reverse course before we demonstrate why that was a mistake." Vex's mandibles spread wide in what his species considered laughter. "Primitive fool, you face the might of the Kalari Empire. 300 warships demand your immediate surrender." Admiral Kane's expression didn't change. 50 seconds remaining. "Sir," whispered Communications Officer Dex, "their transmission is being broadcast on frequencies that shouldn't exist." "Our shielding can't block it." Vex ignored the comment. These humans were clearly desperate, using primitive psychological tactics. Target their cities. Prepare orbital bombardment. 30 seconds, Kane announced. "I should mention, every object you've detected in our system is currently targeting your fleet. We call them Guardian drones. They've been waiting for someone exactly like you." The tactical display suddenly exploded with new contacts. What had appeared to be lifeless debris throughout the system came alive. Thousands upon thousands of sleek, angular objects emerged from asteroid fields, gas giant rings, and the dark spaces between worlds. They moved with perfect coordination, accelerating at rates that should have been impossible. "Evasive maneuvers!" Vex shouted, but it was too late. The Guardian drones didn't fire conventional weapons. Instead, they released clouds of microscopic machines that passed through Kalari shields as if they didn't exist. Within moments, the Dominator's systems began failing. Life support flickered, engines sputtered, and weapons arrays went offline one by one. "Sir, the nanites are rewriting our computer systems," Nix reported, panic creeping into his voice. "They're not destroying, they're converting our technology." Admiral Kane's voice filled the bridge again. "You see, we humans learned something important when we first ventured into space. We discovered we weren't alone, and we realized that someone, someday, would try to take what was ours. So we prepared." On the view screen, Vex watched in horror as his mighty fleet became completely helpless. Ships that had terrorized dozens of worlds now drifted powerless, their crews trapped but unharmed. The Guardian drones had neutralized 300 warships without destroying a single one. Every human colony, every space station, every asteroid mining operation is protected by these systems, Kane continued. "We don't seek conquest, Commander Vex. We don't want your worlds or your resources. but we've made our space absolutely untouchable. The bridge lights dimmed as auxiliary power kicked in. Vex found his voice, though it came out as barely a whisper. How? Your technology level, our intelligence reports. Ah yes, your spies observed our civilian ships, our commercial technology, Kane smiled. What they didn't see was what we've been building in the dark spaces, in the asteroid belts, in the deep orbital factories that don't broadcast their locations. Humans have a saying, Commander, speak softly and carry a big stick. We just prefer our big stick to be invisible until we need it. The nanits finished their work. The Dominators. Weapons were completely offline, but life support had been restored to full efficiency. Medical systems activated automatically, treating minor injuries throughout the fleet. Your crews are unharmed, Kane noted. We're not monsters, but your ships now belong to us. They'll serve as monuments reminders to any other species that might consider human space as a target for expansion. Vex slumped in his command chair, the weight of total defeat crushing his warrior's pride. What happens to us? You'll be returned to Kalari space in small transport pods, along with a message for your Emperor and anyone else who might be listening. The message is simple. Human space is untouchable. We didn't make it untouchable through threats or displays of power. We made it untouchable by making the cost of invasion so high that no rational species would attempt it. As transport pods began launching from the disabled Kalari ships, Admiral Kane's final words echoed through the fleet's communications. Systems, tell the galaxy that humans don't conquer, we don't enslave, we don't destroy worlds. But we will defend what is ours with technology and determination that runs deeper than you can imagine. Our space is untouchable, not because we're cruel, but because we're prepared. The pods streaked away toward Kalari space, carrying the survivors of an empire's first and last defeat by humanity. Behind them, the Guardian drones faded back into invisibility, waiting patiently for the next species that might mistake human kindness for human weakness out in the depths of space. Earth continued its quiet rotation, its people going about their daily lives, protected by guardians they would never see but would never need to fear.